I was playing a gig the other week with my brother at a small real ale pub up in North Yorkshire, and we'd shown up sort of mid-afternoon to set up the gear. It was a lovely sunny day. We were busy setting up all the PA and the instruments and stuff and getting tuned up. And the barman shouted over, and we were doing the gig as a favour for him, and it offers to give us free beer. So he said, would we like to get some free beer? So we looked through the list of beers. I had a pint of Timmy Taylor's Landlord, which is one of my favourite beers. My brother chose a pint of Whitbread. Whitbread's one of those beers you don't see that often nowadays, but my brother chose it for old time's sake. Barman poured these 2 pints and set them up on the bar, and they looked absolutely gorgeous. It was a hot day. These pints looked like the most refreshing thing ever. We were just about to drink them, and the sound engineer gave us a shout and told us that we need to go on and sound check. So we went off, left our pints on the bar, did our sound check, and came back. It must have been maybe 5-10 minutes later. We returned to the bar, and our 2 pints were still sat there. My pint of Timmy Taylor's Landlord looked gorgeous, still had a lovely creamy head on it. Really, really nice looking pint. My brother's on the other hand had lost his head and looked flat, and it had little brown bits floating around in it. It looked disgusting when he held it up to the light. It looked like the beer had turned. So we said to the barman, can you tell us what's happened? Because you poured this pint before we went off on a sound check, and we've come back, and now it looks absolutely revolting, completely undrinkable. Barman says, well, bit of a weird one this, but you see the woman over there in the corner of the pub? My brother looked round and went, which woman? He said, the very large woman over there. And my brother went, yeah. He said, well, while you were on stage doing your sound check, she came over and she lifted your brother's pint off the bar and placed it on the floor. She then squatted down over it, and she passed wind into the pint. I mean, it was a real eggy kind of, oh God, it was disgusting. I was nearly sick just from the smell of it. And I said, what? He said, the woman over there, the big woman over there, while you were out sound checking, she took your brother's pint on the floor, squatted over it, and she did an eggy trump into it. I said, that's absolutely disgusting. I was disgusted. My brother was absolutely furious. So he storms over to the corner of the room and he says to her, you farting my Whitbread? She says, no, I'm Tessa Sanderson.